perhaps start with an update on some injured players. You mentioned last night after the game that there's the potential of getting somebody back for Friday.
Yeah, we're too far away to know. We'll have to wait. Have to wait. We got some guys that are banged up here also. So we split some guys going on the ice, and nobody has off today. Everybody's got something to do. So some guys are in the gym, some guys are gym and therapy, some guys are on the ice. I'm going to get therapy after, but we split it, and in terms of also the amount of ice time and the wear and tear and stuff. So yeah, so that's why we've got to wait.
Is it too early to tell if there's anybody from last night's lineup that might not be in Friday?
Oh yeah, way too early. Way too early right now. Yeah.
Is there a possibility you may have to call some people up, or is
call? I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
So
no call. No. Just we got to make decisions, and we'll see if anybody from back home has made strides enough and soon enough. I guess maybe today we might get an answer, maybe on one person. So if that's the case, then we'll have to make a decision on somebody, maybe even leaving us. So we'll see.
And would it be Yarosh? Because you did say that maybe Yarosh was possible for Friday.
Yes. Again, I'm waiting.
Sorry. But
I'd love to tell. If I knew, I'd tell you. But right now, it's we're waiting to see what's happening back home. And the thing is those injuries, you always have to wait a day before you know. And if there's one that's clear, then Bobby, it's more clear. To be honest with you, it's a concussion thing, and so the minute he's cleared, I know he was doing really good. So I think today might be his baseline.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if that's clear, somewhere. Yeah. So if it's clear, then that's a clear one. So hopefully we get a good news from that.
So if you get sorry to bug us up here. If you get good news on him, could he join you tomorrow, or is that?
Yeah, could
and
be.
And then skate and maybe play Friday.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, well, of course that's what I'm hoping. Okay. Now, but what I'm hoping in reality is very often not the same.
But he was on the bike on.
Yeah, no, he was. Everything was doing really good until yesterday, and I think this morning, from what I hear, things were going good. But I have to wait and see if they've taken now the last step.
You used the expression putting players in certain chairs, and
yes.
How important is that, based on what you've seen in the last little while and the number of injured players that there are, to get players in the proper slotting?
That's huge because being able to handle that pressure, the repetition of having to do it, every shift, the experience you get, attacking and defending, the moments of the game, you can't buy that. I mean, it's whenever you get guys like that back, it also gives the young guys a bit more breathing room, because they don't feel that the pressures are not on them. There's a fine line between giving them ice time and giving responsibilities, and also sometimes when they have too much. So it's you got to navigate, but it's hard to do that when you got that many guys injured. It's actually impossible to do that when you have guys injured, and that's where we're at. I think if I look at yesterday's game, our first period was terrific. The scoring chances are 5-2 for us, and it's in Nashville, and everybody knows that first period is tough. Yeah, so we only gave them 2 in the first period. So did a terrific job. As the game went on, you could see where we were wearing out, and they were picking up, and that's what you're asking me right there. That's the difference. And so whenever you get guys back in the lineup that are giving you, those minutes where you can sustain what you're doing, it's harder for the opponent and it's easier for you. So it's a double effect.
You went with 11-7, the combination last night here, and we saw Mark Stone with upwards of 26-plus minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. Does it? Those numbers sort of make you rethink what you might do going into the next game as far as your...
It's not rethink, it's what you need. I mean, the problem is you're trailing in the third period, and he's your guy, and you can see the young guys they're worn out. It was clear, I'll be honest with you. Like, we got to the third period there, and the whole bench, I could see the guys are having a hard time getting their breath back, and so Stone is having to play all these minutes where Duchesne is there and Bobby's there and those guys. Well, then your minutes are spread, and then you have more energy to do what you do best, and And that's where your guys are in the right chairs, and that's how you spread your minutes, and that's how you spread your energy. So every guy that comes back makes a huge difference. So if you get one back, then two back, then three back, I mean, we got 6 guys missing here. 6 regulars. It's the same on defense, and so what it does, though, in the short term, is it really pushes everybody else to get better. And so you usually benefit from that later on, because now all of a sudden the guys that have taken way more time to develop have taken less time to develop, and when all your guys are back, then everybody's better. But you got to suffer through the short term for sure.
When you're in this situation, how do you approach it? Because you don't. When you talk about not having 6 guys, it puts you in a tough spot in the first place. I mean, how do you?
Oh, yeah, and we approached it the right way yesterday. You look at yesterday, I thought the guys were really dedicated in the first period, and if you would have told me we would have given them 2 scoring chances in the first period in their barn, I would have taken it. I think yesterday we've only given the opponent 15 scoring chances. So what we've tried to do in the last little while, when you look at the scoring chances, the last 3 games, I mean, that's really good. Like, we've given one 5-on-5 goal the 2 previous games, only a power play goal, and it was a bounce right back on Marchand's stick. So if he doesn't get that lucky one, we would have given 0 that game, and then here we are, yesterday, and we certainly didn't open up the floodgates and have 6-7 goals like we used to see. So definitely, we're going the right direction, defending better. But for the offense, we need our guys. I mean, that's just plain and simple. It's just so Bobby's one of them, and Duchesne's one of them. So but on defense too, a lot of our offense comes from our defensemen. So in the absence of DeMello, the absence of Yaros, that makes a big difference too, because the way we activate our defensemen is the key to our offense, to be honest with you. So it's not just the forwards; it's really a mix of both.
And for the defenseman, it's familiarity with the system and the chemistry on the ice.
Yes, 100%. You get new guys coming in. The way we activate our defensemen, I'm not expecting them to do it. There's no way. Right. It's a timing thing. It took us about 3 weeks, a month for the guys to really activate it the right way. So I'm not expecting new guys to come in and pick it up and get it. That's normal. So that's why, whenever we get anybody back, well, that's one more guy that helps our chemistry, one more guy that makes a difference, one more guy that can log minutes and put everybody back in their chair. And so, but right now, I like what a lot of the guys are given. It's just we had trouble, finishing with 60 minutes of that kind of energy with those guys. And so hopefully get a guy like Bobby back would be nice.
Just young guys like Batterson and Kachuk hitting a wall now?
Well, the main thing for me right now is the NHL is always a wall at this time of the year for a young guy, so that's nothing new. But it's more of a wall because of our injury. That's the issue. That's the main thing. It's not because of them particularly having trouble, or it's just because they have to do so much now, and it's tough. So Duchesne was in, and Bobby's in, and DeMello and Yaros and those guys. Well, then we'd have more offense come from the back, more offense coming from different lines. So then you wouldn't ask with the Whites line to go out there and do it all. Right now, if I'm the opposing team, of course I look at our lineup, and who do you think they're matching? They're matching against White, Kachuk, and Stone. So White and Kachuk are kids.
And Yossi and
well, exactly. So you put all these vats with that much experience, and you're fine for a period. You're fine for a period and a half, and then all of a sudden you get Stoner having to play so much, and you get those young guys, and it's just normal. It's just normal. And so that's why, instead of saying, I'm disappointed, no, I'm not. In the sense, you always want to win games, but they're giving everything they've got, and it's going to pay off. It's just right now it's tough to handle because it's a lot to handle against other teams' best players for sure, and their matchup. Why do we win at home? Because we get our matchup. Well, on the road they get theirs, and if they have to wonder, okay, are we matching against Stone or are we matching against Duchesne? Well, already one of the two lines is getting a bit of a relief, but that's not the case right now.